Well, this week I got started by opening up my store for the first time in almost 2 months. And I was super excited to get out of the house and start getting a little bit of normalcy in my life. And I figured opening my storefront would be a great opportunity for me to get some people on the farm and introduce them to the baby, and also get me out of my bedroom and onto more normal tasks. I also am getting back into making meals for the family again consistently. We've used up most of our freezer meals, so I am getting back into the grind of cooking and all those fun such things. Today I am making a ground, it's actually like a chipped beef with some salt on it, and then I am serving kind of like a soft egg over top, and it is absolutely delicious. Because little Theodore is very sensitive to dairy, I am keeping cheese out of my diet and heavy creams and stuff like that. So I'm kind of experimenting, and I figured for the moment, meats and eggs seem to be safe. Now, one thing that I needed desperately was to take a trip to the grocery store and stock up on some foods that we were running low on. So I went to Costco and I went to our local health food store, Amish health food store, and also the Amish nursery that I frequent regularly, and loaded up on cheeses, which of course I won't be able to eat, which I'm so sad about. Anyway, and lots of fruits. The kids go through fruits so quickly, so that is one thing that we were missing greatly. So I got these little clementines. They're easy for the kids to peel. They don't make a mess. And I got some fresh vegetables. I loaded up on some carrots, which the kids eat, and cauliflower, lots of apples. We are in apple season right now, so there's lots of apple sauces and fried apples, and kids eating apples, so apple cores all over the house, and grapes, which don't last very long. My kids love teas, so we're stocking up on teas. It is Thanksgiving season, so I am in charge of pecan pie, so that is another ingredient that I need to get. Let's see, my husband's vitamin gummies, because he doesn't like swallowing pills and he likes the idea of being a 42-year-old child. He's staring at me right now, so. And then also, oh my gosh, people are so sweet, but they offer my kids lollipops, which I don't want to be rude and turn down. So I had to take the lollipops from the kids and I bribed them with a slightly healthier candy. Castor oil. I don't know if anybody's done castor oil packs, but I have heard great benefits from them and wanted to start doing that. Club crackers. Oh my goodness. One bad thing about holidays is you can't eat cheese without the good, bad crackers. Always get some strawberry lemonade while I'm at Costco, because whenever we go to different events, it's nice to be able to bring drinks so that my kids don't have to drink too many sodas. I got flannel sheets for my one daughter and for Chris and I. Got a couple boxes of cereal, because sometimes this mama needs a break from making breakfast. So we have kind of nicknamed Cereal Sunday to be Sunday mornings where the kids can just make themselves a bowl of cereal. We also have a local yogurt maker that we enjoy their yogurts. So we got some black cherry yogurt, some olives, and then I feel kind of bad that I even got this, but some queso dip for Chris, so he has a little snack. Apple cider. This is raw apple cider, so it doesn't last really long, but it is delicious and it starts to get effervescent, so it's like apple cider soda. Some crab meat that was on sale, and I figured we can always use crab meat. Actually, my sister-in-law made a really good dish where it was fish with crab meat, like a buttery crab meat over top, so I'm going to try and make that. my infamous 40-pound box of bananas that we inevitably go through. I've got some water kefir, peach flavored water kefir, which is a great soda alternative. Pomegranate seasons, so I got the kids some pomegranates and they can make that mess outside. Eggnog, of course, I won't be able to have any of this because it will upset the baby, so I got some coconut milk, which I'm not loving, but it allows me to drink coffee without having to upset the baby. Another yogurt. My kids love lemon yogurt, and I don't have the milk to make yogurt right now, so we're just buying it. And then my husband also has been really enjoying cottage cheese, so I loaded up on that, loaded up on some onions and some pears. And then our butcher shop that I take our cow to, they offer bologna, and this particular farm sells that butcher shop's bologna. So I wanted to try a pound of it just to give it a try before I order, 50 pounds from our beef, from our cow. So we did try it, and it actually is really, really good. So I will be ordering that to put in my store next. A big old chunk of cheese. Again, I will not be eating, but my family goes through cheese like crazy. So I am getting that for them. And also cream cheese. We're making a really good apple dip that uses a lot of cream cheese. Some more yogurts. These are the little individual yogurt cups, which are great because the kids can just grab them if they're hungry when they wake up from, when they wake up, they can just grab them themselves and I don't have to do anything. It holds them over until breakfast. So got that. And then, of course, lots of butter because we go through butter pretty quickly. And that's about it. That was our little restocking of some necessary foods and some holiday foods. So I'm currently 3.5 weeks postpartum, and I have the itch to get stuff done. So when I am pregnant, as most women can understand this feeling, there is very little motivation when you're pregnant. Just, we're not motivated to do anything. Hang on a second. He's gonna be my little squealy baby. So anyway, so after last trimester, I was motivated to get some things done, like meal prepping and getting ready for this postpartum period. But now that I am feeling amazing, I feel really, really great. Minus the sore butt from falling down the steps and the broken toe from falling down the steps. Overall postpartum, I feel really great. So I am about to tackle a massive project, which is my children and clothing. Now, I have always kept a good amount of extra clothing, like in between sizes and stuff. I have a box of summer clothes and a box of winter clothes for each child, except for Gideon. I've not kept any of his clothes because he's the only boy, and so there's no point in keeping his things. And even now that I have another boy, they are 6 years apart, so I'm just not going to keep boy clothes unless there's something really special that I think would hold up, sure. But anyway, so I'm about to go through, okay, hang on, and get kids' clothes sorted, and I'm going to do a massive, massive purge. Okay, we're back. He had peed in his diaper and peed all in his clothes, so he was wet and gross. Is that funny? Really? Am I amusing you? So he had peed and thrown up everywhere, and it was absolutely a mess. So no wonder he was wet. Yeah. I am going through the kids' clothes, sorting out any clothes that are stained or have rips. I'm sick of my children looking like they are dressed in rags. So I'm being very specific about which clothes I'm keeping. And if you saw my attic right now, it is a disaster. It is like a bomb of clothes went off. And even though I have them fairly organized, it's just so overwhelming. So that is what I'm doing. I've got some baskets and piles of clothes, and I am hoping that one of my girls can watch little Theo while I am helping each of the individual kids go through their clothes. You ready? You ready to go? Oh, just don't puke on your new clean clothes. So we got started on Gemma's clothes. She's helping me right now sort through her clothes, and we're just trying to get rid of any clothes that have stains, that are worn, and just trying to replace clothes with something that's a little bit nicer, since a lot of these girls' clothes have gone through several kids. I'm just trying to cycle them out so that my younger kids don't look like they're always wearing nasty rags. So Gemma is going through her clothes right now. And then we are expecting to have some cold, rainy, yucky weather coming soon. So we got a load of wood already split, seasoned, ready to go. We just ran out of time this year, and Chris was not able to get anything split that would last us very long. So this will at least give us a head start and get our wood shed loaded up and get us started for the winter, so we are not freezing the poor little baby Theodore out of the house. And they have a lot of work to do. And I woke up this morning to find some pigs that got loose. From what I've gathered, it sounded like the kids left the electric fence turned off, so very quickly these pigs realized that they could just run through the fence. So they're not causing any problems. They kind of go in and out of the fence, and from what I've gathered, now that they know how to go through the fence, they're going through it regardless of whether it's on or not. So I have to figure out how I'm going to get fencing put up and retrain them to the electric. So that is for another day. Right now, they're not really causing problems. They're just wandering around the yard. And so I have to take the cow to the butcher shop today and don't have time to work on pigs fencing, but hopefully I will be able to get this done within the next couple days. So our bull is ready to go to the butcher shop. He is starting to get a little bit, I don't know, wonky when it comes to us being around him. So I am getting him up there, and we will get a replacement bull for him. But right now, that is the task at hand. So it's easy enough for me to get him loaded up and off to the butcher. Trying to do this without exposing myself. So we are loaded up. We have the bull loaded up in the back of the trailer right now. And the baby woke up. He's been napping all day. And he, of course, woke up. We have about 45 minutes to go till we get to the butcher shop. And then I still have an hour and 20 minutes drive home. So he woke up screaming, and I stopped at an industrial park and pulled into their tractor trailer delivery receiving loading area, which it says that this is under surveillance, hence the covering. And of course I get in here and pull the baby out, and he has blown through his clothes. So like nasty. I'm not going to describe it, but massive blowout. And so I got him changed, and I realized, oh, look at that. I don't have a change of clothes for him in my diaper bag. So he is now going to have to be bundled up in a blanket and put back in the car seat in a blanket. And then the kids have to pee. So I've got Gideon, who's 6, and Shay, who's 4, who are out trying to pee behind trees. And Shay in the parking lot next to my car in her little potty chair. And it is slightly chaotic. And at this moment, I really wish that I would have insisted that one of the older kids come with me, or my husband. And I was like, no, we should be good. Once we get the bull loaded up, smooth sailing. So here we are. So I'm going to finish nursing the sweet baby. And everybody has emptied their bladders. Hopefully the bull settles down, because he's stomping all over the place and shaking the car and trailer all around. And my biggest fear is that somehow a trailer door is going to open up and he's going to get loose. Like I would just die. I would just die. I would drive away and be like, oh. So that is what we're doing right now. So hopefully I can be on the road shortly, and Theodore will be happy. Otherwise, I'm gonna have a screaming newborn, and it's gonna be a challenge. I decided to move the pigs from out in the woods to this little area not far behind our house. And the reason I'm doing that is because we can run hoses to it. And since we are going to be draining hoses this winter, I figured having a 50-foot hose to drain is a whole lot easier than several hundred feet of hose. So we are moving the pigs closer to the house. Selah and I are working on fencing this off, and then I'm going to start figuring out which pigs are going where. I have 2 little pig shelters that we're going to use, and then I have another shelter out in the one little paddock that Moto, our boar, he'll hang out there. So the baby came out, and he's enjoying a little bit of the sunshine. Gemma, fortunately, wanted to be on baby duty versus helping us with fencing, so she's going to keep an eye on him. And the great thing about having the kids is I can still work and they can babysit for me, and then when he starts to fuss, they come out and get me, and then I can go in and nurse. So it's a little bit challenging to wear babies when you're doing physical work out on the farm. I do it, but I can move a little bit freer when he's not on me. So Gideon, you are gonna get hurt. Now I am getting the pig feeder refilled, and I'm only filling these buckets about halfway because, I mean, honestly, this is the first week that I've been out of the house doing farm work, so I'm trying to take it easy on my body. After falling down the stairs, I really messed up my tailbone, so I think, honestly, more than recovering from childbirth, recovering from that fall is that's been a little bit more of a challenge. So I'm trying to take it easy, not lifting a ton and just trying to listen to my body, but I'm also anxious to get out and get some work done, work outside, and kind of pick the barn back up, so to speak, from the kids taking care of the animals all this time. So we ran out of time that day and we're not able to get the pigs moved out in the new paddock. So I have them in the stall right here, just so that way they don't start wandering, because more and more pigs got loose. So anyway, they're in the stall. I'm keeping them hayed, fed, watered, and then tomorrow I'm going to start moving them all out. And since the bad weather is coming, we needed to get the wood out of the driveway and load it up in the wood shed. So that is what the kids and Chris are working on right now. I am super excited to get the heat going in the house. This wood furnace feeds water pipes that go through our house. That's how our house is heated, is through the hot water. And then it also obviously runs the hot water throughout the house. So the best thing about starting this wood stove is that all of us can take hot showers as long as we want, as hot as we want, so that because no matter how much water we use, this wood burns the same. So I tell the kids during the spring, summer, and fall, when we do not have the heat on, keep your showers to a minimum. But when this wood furnace is on, I don't care if you take an hour-long hot shower. It doesn't matter to me. So we're all really excited for that, especially since the weather is getting colder. So today I opened up the store for the first time, and little Theodore is going to be helping me. So it's nice to get back to the swing of things. I also this weekend celebrated my 40th birthday, and I decided that it would be nice to just have a little bonfire. We invited our neighbors over, and it was just a nice little get-together. We cooked up some of the burgers from our cows over our little grill, and I think we cooked some burgers and hot dogs, I believe. So it was nice. It was just nice hanging out with the kids and having a little bonfire. after the first day of having the store open, I desperately needed to restock my freezers. So I went out into the walk-in and Chris helped me pull almost all of the boxes out of the freezer and consolidate, because we couldn't even get to a lot of the meats in the freezer. So I heavily restocked the store freezers and was able to consolidate things in the walk-in, clear it all out, and got a lot of that organization done. So that feels good. Those boxes weigh anywhere between 30 and, oh my gosh, probably 50 pounds. So it was something I needed help with. Just since I'm not completely fully recovered, I'm trying to keep the heavy lifting to a minimum. I also needed Chris to help me get these screw eyes on the buildings. He is moving the pig shelters for me. So when we had them delivered, I just kind of said, hey, just throw them here, wherever. And so Chris is orchestrating that for me, getting the screw eyes on, getting chains in place, and he is going to relocate them for me so that the pigs have shelter for the winter. I planned on moving a couple of the male pigs with Moto, and then found out that this was actually not a male pig. So I'm having to reevaluate what we're doing with the pigs here.
All right, this is a female pig, so we can't put her with Moto. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna put a little bit of grain out here, and then I'm gonna move the fence. She's respecting the fence well, so she's not gonna go under it. Turn the mule off, grab maybe a handful of grain and bring it over here to see if I can't try and get her through the fence. I don't know why she's got a limp. Come on, Mommy. Here. No. I need like a pile. Move forward. What? Go. There we go. What's wrong? She was getting confused on where the fence line is. Is this a sock? Really? Why is there a sock? Another sock? Who was out here barefoot? stand here and hold this.
We got the water barrels in place and pig shelters in place. We've got the pigs out. That actually went a lot smoother than I was afraid it would. They just pretty much followed me with grain and were eager to go to their new location. So now the kids and I are spreading straw in the shelters, just trying to make sure that they're really warm in there. The pigs like to snuggle up with each other anyway, but I wanted them up off of the ground. So lots of straw, lots of hay, and as you can see, today is miserable. It was 20 to 24 mile an hour winds, sleeting, snowing, raining. This is the type of day where you really have to love what you do because it was miserable. We were all cold. Fortunately, everybody was a really great sport, and Chris was so willing to help me get all this done, even though he truly doesn't care to do this sort of work. I was really appreciative for him to take that time to help us. So we got all of our piglets, our black piglets, and Gloria the mom and the female pink feeder pigs out in one paddock, which I've been putting up. And then we have the two boy pink feeder piglets here in the stall, which I'm setting up tonight. It's really nasty out today, so I don't feel like working out here anymore, and neither does any of my family. So I am setting them up with food and water. They're gonna hang out in the stall tonight, and then tomorrow we're gonna attempt to try and move these two boy pigs out with Moto so that way he has company for the winter. And hopefully this will all work out. We're trying to make sure that all of our pigs are easy to get water to, easy to get feed to, and that they are all given plenty of good shelter so that way they can stay warm for the winter. Because if my pigs are not 100% warm, and if I'm nervous that they're not warm, then I do not sleep at night. So that is the plan. That's what we're getting working on this weekend. And you know, what better way to jump into my farming routine than chasing pigs around and getting them situated for the winter. Taking it nice and slow. So these are the boys. I'm about to get them water. They've got hay in the background there, which it doesn't look like in the camera there's very much hay, but I'm telling you, it's piles of hay out there. So anyway, so these guys are gonna hang out here and then we'll move them tomorrow. Theodore is getting so big so quickly. It's sad on one hand because I hate seeing him grow so fast. But on the other hand, it's been a lot of fun because he's starting to really interact. He's following us with his eyes. He's starting to smile. And just more recently, so he's coming on about 5.5 weeks now, he is starting to smile pretty consistently when we look at him and interact with him. So that has been so much fun watching him developing. But again, it's also bittersweet because I really love those newborn phases, and he's just growing so quickly. And one thing is for sure, he loves his daddy. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving and were able to spend time eating lots of food, hanging out with family, and I hope that you have a wonderful week ahead.